I'll read. Rangers fans, the January transfer window is well underway and there's a real buzz in the air. The news that Andreas Scovel is set to join the club on loan has got plenty of supporters talking, and it's fair to say this is shaping up to be a proper exciting move. Now, I know some of you might be raising an eyebrow at the idea of a loan, and honestly, I can see why. It's always a bit nerve-wracking when you're bringing in someone temporarily, especially when the hope is that they make a real impact straight away. But the deal has an option to buy, and that option has now been made clear. Come the end of the season, Rangers could secure the Danish winger for £9 million, which is not just a significant investment. It could very well set a new record for the club. So it's not just a short-term fix. It could be the start of something much bigger. The excitement around Scovel isn't just about the numbers, though. It's about the potential. If he can rediscover the form he showed at Club Brugge, we could be looking at a winger capable of turning games on their head, someone who brings pace, creativity, and goals to the squad. There's always a risk with players coming in on loan, especially when the expectation is high. We've seen it before with players like Cherney and Seema, who had brilliant moments but weren't ultimately made permanent additions because negotiations under previous regimes didn't quite allow it. Tillman was a slightly different case, but the pattern remains. When a player has shown their worth, the cost and timing of making a deal permanent can be tricky. With Scovel, though, the path is clear. We know the fee and the option is there, which gives the club a chance to plan for the future while also strengthening the team immediately. And meanwhile, there's been another development that's caught fans by surprise, and it involves one of our so-called rivals. The whole Aberdeen Rangers rivalry has always felt a bit one-sided, and this latest twist does nothing to change that perception. Rangers are reportedly in talks to loan Lyall Cameron to Aberdeen. Now, Cameron is a young talent, just 23, who joined Rangers from Dundee after a breakthrough season that saw him score 14 goals and provide 9 assists in 41 games. Since then, though, his opportunities have been limited, with only 10 appearances and a handful of minutes since mid-November. Sending him to Aberdeen on a season-long loan makes sense from a development standpoint, giving him consistent game time and a chance to grow, especially as Rangers push for silverware this season. Of course, the move has stirred up all kinds of reactions. Rangers supporters are generally happy, seeing it as a smart way to develop a promising player without losing control over his future. Aberdeen fans, on the other hand, have had mixed feelings, some wary after the summer snub and the ongoing tension between the clubs. It's classic football drama. What's particularly interesting about this arrangement is that there's no option to buy included. It's purely about development and getting Cameron on the pitch regularly, which is crucial for his growth as a Scotland under-21 star. For the player himself, it's an opportunity to showcase his talent and to gain experience, while for Rangers, it's about ensuring their young prospect continues to improve without sitting on the bench. Turning to the experienced side of the squad, there's growing speculation around James Tavernier, a long-serving captain whose contract is now approaching its final months. Tavernier has been a cornerstone of Rangers for nearly a decade, and his contribution to the club has been extraordinary. Over the years, he has racked up 550 appearances, scoring 138 goals and providing 146 assists. Those are numbers more typical of elite forwards than defenders, yet Tavernier has delivered them with consistency and dedication. This season, at 34, he remains the top scorer in the Scottish Premiership for Rangers with 5 league goals and has featured in 37 games across all competitions, netting 8 times and registering 4 assists. Even now, his influence on the pitch is significant, though there's a sense that the twilight of his career may be approaching. The situation with Tavernier is complex. Negotiations for a contract renewal haven't yet produced any breakthrough, and there's a growing feeling that a fresh challenge abroad might be the right move for both parties. Greek club Panathinaikos, managed by Rafael Benitez, who brings a wealth of Premier League experience, is reportedly monitoring Tavernier closely. The prospect of a move to Athens could offer him a prominent role, a new environment, and the chance to reunite with former teammates who have already made the switch. From Rangers' perspective, allowing Tavernier to move on could also make sense in terms of squad planning and budget management. With versatile players like John Sterling emerging and stepping into more permanent roles, the club has options to refresh the squad while still maintaining strength and experience in key positions. It's fascinating to watch how these moves into play. On one hand, you have a young winger like Scovel arriving with potential to transform games, while on the other, a seasoned leader like Tavernier may be preparing to leave, opening space for the next generation. Meanwhile, players like Lyall Cameron gain vital experience, ensuring that Rangers are thinking strategically both for the present and the future. The transfer window, with all its twists and turns, really highlights how football is not just about results on the pitch, but also about planning, timing, and the delicate balance between nurturing talent and sustaining success. The club's approach to the January window demonstrates careful consideration. They are not rushing into signings without purpose, nor are they clinging to players past their peak. Each move is calculated, from the investment in Scovel with a clear option to buy, to the strategic loan of Cameron and the possible transition of Tavernier. Fans can see the thought process behind these decisions, even if the immediate impact isn't always clear. What is evident, however, is that Rangers are aiming to strengthen the squad intelligently, ensuring that they remain competitive across all competitions while also preparing for the seasons ahead. The dynamics of the team are shifting, and the excitement among supporters is palpable. With these developments, supporters are eagerly discussing what this could mean for the remainder of the season. Will Scovel adapt quickly and rediscover his top form? Can Cameron make the most of his loan spell and return as a more complete midfielder? And what path will Tavernier take in the final chapters of his career? These questions are shaping conversations both online and in the stands, with opinions flying and debates igniting over tactics, potential, and club strategy. It's moments like these that remind you why following Rangers is about so much more than just the matches. It's about being part of a living story, a narrative that blends history, ambition, and the unpredictable thrill of football. As the January window keeps rolling, there's no shortage of chatter around the squad and how the manager, Danny Rowe, is shaping the team. Supporters have been keeping a close eye on how the players fit into his system, especially as Rangers fight on multiple fronts this season. There's a clear focus on strengthening key areas without disrupting the balance that has brought the team this far. Every move, every loan, and every potential transfer is being weighed with both short-term impact and long-term strategy in mind. It's fascinating to watch, and the excitement among fans has been palpable, with discussions buzzing on forums and social media about who could arrive, who might leave, and how the squad will evolve in the coming months. Another young player catching the eye in training is Ethan McGregor, who has impressed with his energy and technical ability. Though he hasn't had consistent minutes in the first team yet, the coaching staff see potential for him to become a key figure in midfield. There's been speculation about a loan to a championship side in Scotland or even north of the border to give him that competitive edge and regular game time. Fans are intrigued by the idea, recognizing that while it may be difficult to see a homegrown talent temporarily leave, it's often the quickest route for them to mature and return stronger. McGregor's development is a prime example of how Rangers are balancing nurturing young prospects with maintaining immediate competitiveness in the squad. Meanwhile, the conversations around the attacking line continue to dominate. Scovelson's arrival is seen as a statement of intent, and supporters are keen to see how he adapts to the pace and physicality of the Scottish Premiership. His ability to link up with the forwards and provide width is expected to add a new dimension to Rangers' attacking play. The coaching team has been working hard on integrating him seamlessly, understanding that adaptation isn't just about technical skill, but also about mentality and understanding the club's style. If he can hit the ground running, it could transform matches and create scoring opportunities that previously were harder to come by. At the same time, the uncertainty surrounding Tyre has created a unique dynamic in the squad. Younger players are stepping up in training, seeing opportunities to make their mark, while veterans like Tyre still carry influence on and off the pitch. There's a sense of passing the torch, blending experience with fresh talent, and ensuring that the culture and identity of the club are maintained. Fans are watching closely to see how this transition unfolds, recognizing that change is inevitable, but also understanding that a well-managed evolution can strengthen the team's resilience and depth. It's a delicate balancing act, and the way the management handles it will have long-term implications for the club's success. Off the pitch, Rangers are also keeping an eye on potential additions from outside the domestic scene. The scouting network has been active, identifying players who could fit the system and add value immediately. There's a clear preference for players who can adapt quickly, contribute goals or assists, and provide tactical flexibility. The financial side is always a consideration too, ensuring that investments are sustainable and don't hinder future moves. Fans have been discussing potential targets, weighing their previous performances, adaptability, and the likelihood of making a difference in key matches. The transfer window, in this regard, becomes a chessboard, with every decision potentially shaping the trajectory of the season. Back to the squad itself, defensive stability remains a priority. John Sterling's emergence has been a bright spot, offering versatility and reliability in the backline. His performances since returning from injury have impressed both management and supporters, giving confidence that the defensive unit remains robust. Despite the ongoing speculation around veteran players, integrating new signings while maintaining defensive cohesion is always challenging, yet Rangers have shown a clear strategy. Mix youth and experience, keep the defensive principles intact, and ensure the team can adapt to different opponents and match situations. It's a sophisticated approach, and one that could pay dividends as the season progresses. There's also been chatter about goalkeeping options. While the current first-choice keeper has been performing admirably, depth in that position is always a concern, especially with a congested fixture list and cup competitions in play. Scouts are reportedly monitoring talent abroad and domestically, looking for goalkeepers who can offer competition, reliability, and perhaps a longer-term solution. Supporters understand the importance of having two capable keepers ready to step in at any moment, especially with the physical demands of the Scottish Premiership and European competitions. The blend of young and experienced goalkeepers ensures both immediate performance and succession planning. Fan sentiment remains a key barometer of how the club's moves are perceived. Social media reactions to Scovel, Cameron, and potential departures like Tavernier have been lively, with heated discussions, predictions, and analysis. Supporters are deeply invested, offering praise, constructive criticism, and occasionally frustration, which is all part of the football experience. The passion is unmistakable, reflecting the close connection between the team and its fan base. This engagement keeps the momentum alive, and the energy from the supporters often translates to performances on the pitch, pushing players to deliver at their best. As we look ahead, the coming months promise to be pivotal. Every match, every tactical tweak, and every development in the transfer window contributes to the narrative of the season. Rangers are clearly thinking strategically, with a careful blend of new signings, youth development, and veteran management. The decisions being made now will influence not just this campaign, but the next few years, setting the stage for sustained success. Fans are right to be excited as the team continues to evolve, adapt, and aim for glory in domestic and European competitions. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Whispers around Ibrox are growing louder, and they all seem to circle the same name. Scott McKenna is being talked up as a potential solution to Rangers' defensive questions, with sources close to the situation suggesting that his arrival could bring an instant lift to the back line. Nothing has been confirmed, but the speculation alone has been enough to spark debate among supporters and pundits alike. McKenna's profile fits neatly into what many believe Rangers are quietly seeking: a defender with international experience, hardened by battles at a high level. He is seen as someone who would not need a long bedding-in period. The suggestion is that his understanding of the Scottish game, its tempo and physical demands, could allow him to slot straight in and organize those around him. In dressing room terms, his presence is being described as calm but authoritative, the kind of influence that can steady a defense under pressure. There is also talk that Rangers' recruitment team view McKenna as more than just cover. The rumor is that he would be trusted with responsibility from the outset, offering balance and aggression in equal measure. His aerial strength and willingness to put his body on the line are traits that fans at Ibrox traditionally admire, and insiders hint that these qualities are precisely what has caught the club's eye. Of course, this remains conjecture. Football is full of names that drift through the rumor mill without ever materializing into a signing. Yet the idea of McKenna pulling on a Rangers shirt continues to gather momentum, fueled by the belief that his addition could have an immediate impact. Whether this speculation turns into reality is another matter, but for now, the thought of Scott McKenna reinforcing Rangers' defensive core is enough to keep the conversation alive across Glasgow. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.